Zali's just subscribed with Prime. The Call Me a Nog.
Welcome to Calvin, the Digital Creative School. Yo, what's up everyone? Hey, I see Zach in the chat and RV is already in the Discord call. Welcome everyone. So today we're going to look at some more student submissions. I've been gone for a little bit because I had a sickness, but now I'm feeling better again. So yeah, we're going to catch up on everything that the students have been doing. RV, should we just like start with your renders since you're already here?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
that sounds good.
Nice, nice. All right, I'm just gonna open up. I guess it doesn't really matter which one we're going for first, right?
For the most part, they're just separate scenes in the render, because me and Gates were both rendering these, and then I composited like the entire sequence together.
I see. Okay. All right. Maybe let's just look at the video you sent in then, so everybody can understand what this is going to be. Let's put this up. Yeah, so you're doing like a little sequence here with some Valorant gun models with some text and lighting animation over them, right?
Yeah, the text is going to be recurring, but we're going to do like that sort of flickering effect throughout for 3 texts.
Mm-hmm.
Title, like EMU Esports, and produced by, I think.
Okay, and the black background, why did you decide on that? Just have it as a black background?
I think for the most part, it's kind of intended to be sort of obscure. And it also keeps it simple. Since this is the opening sequence, we don't want to like overwhelm it. But yeah, the black is a little inconsistent because of the clipping of the composite, so we have to keep that consistent.
Okay. Oh, interesting. You have so you're using an actual plane for the for the black background. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why did you decide on doing it like that?
I guess that was kind of the first approach I did. I wanted a plane so that the light from the emission on the text would, bounce off of it.
Uh-huh.
And then I would do the light blinking of all the other lights, so it would just be black unless the text light bounced off of it.
I see, okay. I mean, yeah, that's a cool idea to like have that text light interact a little bit more with the scene that you have. It's a good idea in general. Do you plan on rendering the final image in Eevee or Cycles?
I think it also depends on render times, but ideally I think we would Cycle.
I think honestly, like a scene like this should be very, very quickly to render with Cycles because you only have one main object, and since like what you said with having the bounce light from the light, the way that Eevee works with bounce light is that it only bounces light if you see it from the camera view. So if you have like you have it set up here where there's like a plane to the side of it or behind of the camera, the light will not actually bounce back to the gun from that because yeah, Eevee just works from screen space, right? So whatever is outside of the screen doesn't get like calculated for light bounces. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, let's. I want to actually open up one of the ones with the text to just see how the difference would be. Ah, here we have it. Okay. So rendered view. Yo, Nikki's is also back in the chat. I haven't seen you for a while too. I'm doing pretty good. I was sick, but now I'm doing better again. Okay, see, you are actually using Cycles for this shot here. So you are getting that bounce, that nice bounce. Okay. Let me read again what you said here. I was wondering if you have any feedback on how to one-up it. We'll have 2 more prop plus text angles like this following the same camera path. I'll be happy to answer any clarifying questions. Okay, so in general, you're just looking for like ideas to upgrade the visual style of this whole sequence?
Yeah, because right now it kind of does look like I just opened Blender and I made something real quick. So I guess making it look more professional, a little less like a simple light composite.
Okay. So there are some, I mean, yeah, it would be cool to like find something visually that is unique for this project, right? Like a unique visual language. So I think to like go into the right direction with this, what is the project about? Like kind of like, what kind of story do you want to tell with this project? Because this is the intro sequence for it, right?
Yes. So this is, as entailed by the Valorant gun models, it's going to be a documentary on Valorant esports. That's very broad, but we're also, it's like the difficulty of climbing in esports and making it big, and how that affects it within the context of our Valorant team. So the intro sequence is just going to be like obscure, panning of guns, the light you're seeing there. And then the next sequence we're going to be doing, there's going to be like casters talking and overlay, but we're probably also going to be rendering like still poses of characters with like lighting effects, still simple, but with characters, like the Arcane intro sequence kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing on the 3D side of things.
Okay, so when you said like it's about the struggles of like climbing to become that's what it's about, right? Like the struggle of climbing the way up to becoming a pro esports gamer.
Yeah, that's like the premise of it.
Okay, so yeah, struggle. I think that's a good emotion to kind of like convey. Like I'm thinking with these gun models, it could be cool if they, like if the struggle was kind of like ingrained in them in some way, like if they are like falling apart or like they are like really roughened up in some way. It's like, yeah, yes, as if they clinged to these guns for, like maybe I mean, right now, like a very basic, I would say, like visual idea that I have is that the guns are not fully intact, right? That they are like maybe very slowly falling apart or even reversed, like they're slowly assembling. Maybe that's more of a positive message. Instead of like falling apart, they are not fully assembled yet and they're like slowly coming together. What do you think of that idea?
I like that a lot. Could we do that with like a simulation, I assume?
Yeah, there are like some ways in Blender to do like a simple version of that we can try out. Let's give it a shot. Okay. So there is a very, very cool and quick way to do simulations like this, which is with particles. And then here in the in the modifiers, it's basically how is it called? Destruction or something. Explode, yeah, the explode modifier. And then if you add a particle system to this, the parts of the gun should just start sticking to the particles. Let's see if we can get that to work. I want to have them a bit smaller here. They're pretty huge in the viewport. Okay, so it's not doing anything right now. I think we need to put it before they explode. Okay, yeah, now you can see like the particles kind of like take little pieces of the gun away. So now the thing with this though is that if you want the reverse, right, like the gun slowly coming together, you would need to reverse the render. Like you would basically need to animate it in reverse, and then, I mean, you can also play it back in reverse. So just kind of like, yeah, seeing how it's getting assembled back together. Something like this. Let's try to like dial in the movement of that a little bit more. So let's make the particles much slower by, for example, just completely disabling the gravity for now. And then also here in physics, but actually I'm gonna put the size to 0, so we don't see the particles at all, just the parts of the gun. And then there was like a thing, velocity. Oh yeah, here velocity from normal. So let's put that really small, maybe 0.1, and then we can like see it slowly drifting off. Oh, and we need to increase the lifetime, so the particles don't just stop in nowhere. Let's just put it all the way up. Okay, so now they're basically drifting off very slowly. Let's maybe like have less particles, so it's more of a subtle effect. Okay, I see, so it will basically make sure that at the end of the spawning of the particles, the whole gun is gone. So the less particles we have, the bigger the chunks are. That's interesting. Can we control that somewhere here? Explode. Size. Cut edges. Also, what's kind of strange is like when it's spawning, it's changing the direction of the geometry, which like could be very jarring if it's just like snapping into a different direction. So let's see if we can fix that. Should be with the rotation here, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now the rotation is staying correctly. Dynamic. Okay. Alright. Let's actually... Okay, I've got an idea. We could actually have the whole gun already disassembled by the beginning of it. So kind of like this, already like fully disassembled. We put the normal acceleration to 0. So basically it spawns in. It's already disassembled, but it's all in the same place. It's like all in position 0 basically. So now I'm thinking of adding a force field and have that like slowly displace the weapon. Let's see if that works. Force field. And let's just add a turbulence here. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so now like this turbulence field is displacing the gun. We can make the size much smaller. Something like this. And then also, maybe something that could be interesting is if we make the maximum distance like this, and then we can move it through the gun to like displace the parts we want to displace. So yeah, this should give us like some extra control. What do you think of the what do you think of the direction so far?
I think it's a really interesting concept. So you mentioned adjusting the distance and moving it, so you can like keyframe. Oh yeah, you can keyframe the max distance.
Yeah, you can keyframe everything.
And is that just how it's like actively affecting the mesh?
Yeah,
so I could like key it through and it would tear apart. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically controlling like what part of the gun is getting displaced. Yeah. And we can make it even a bit more.
Oh, that is a powerful tool.
Yeah, it's I think it's a very cool combination of tools right here. Then flow could also be very interesting. Yeah, this looks interesting. Yeah, and there's also a few more settings I can imagine working well with this. For example, drag. So when the particles are outside of the force field, they start to slow down again. Let's see. Oh, is this the wrong one? Oh, this is maybe the wrong one. Let's see. Drag. Forces. Oh, it should be the correct one. Drag. Damp. Oh, damp is the correct one. Okay, that's strange. Drag doesn't seem to do anything, but damp does. Okay, yeah, but we just need a tiny bit amount of this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, and then I want to figure out if we can make them rotate, because right now, like them... Oh, damn, yeah, if we just enable dynamic, then they start to also rotate around a little bit, which makes it feel much more dynamic. Okay, nice. And then if we increase the number basically of the particles up here, we can change the resolution of this displacement, like how small those pieces should be. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah. And I can imagine if you like make a cool simulation and then play it backwards, so it's like assembling instead of deconstructing, it could feel really cool. Let us... Can we actually join this mesh together so it just has the same settings? Not really. That kind of destroys it. Oh no, actually? I think it does work, but maybe we need the auto smooth. Yeah. Auto smooth, explode. Afterwards. Okay, this works pretty well. Okay, yeah, cool. So now you have this cool like displacement that you can control and like move over the weapon to like destroy or assemble different parts of it. Start like this, and then like some parts of it get disassembled. Yeah, I think like this. Like if you make it really subtle, I think it's going to be most effective to like not overdo it. Like maybe if it's spawning in, if it's coming in, and then you have it like slowly, oops, slowly disassemble or slowly assemble. It's also really fun that this works in real time, so you can just like play around with what parts look cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess that's my idea for giving it like a little bit of a unique animation. And then I would leave this to you now to like figure out where this force field makes most sense, where the movement, how the movement of it should be. Yeah. And then let's try something for lighting, look development of the lighting next. Go to rendered view here. So right now, is that some kind of volume? Or is this just the background? Oh, it's just the background, okay. Yo, Wrench is also here. iFeature is also here. iFeature! Yeah. What's up, everyone?
Where is iFeature?
It's in the chat.
Oh my god, say hello from Eric.
Eric is also here.
Eric is also here.
Wait, do you see Eric? Eric, come down here. Shoutouts to iFeature.
Shoutouts to iFeature, our man.
Best producer in the city.
Producer in town, city,
in the world.
In your country, in the world, in the universe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Best French producer born in Germany.
Best French producer born in Germany. With the name iFeature.
That's right.
No.
Yep. There's only one. Okay, let's try something for lighting here. Okay, so there is like a lighting technique that I usually like to try out with stuff like this, which is light sources without casting shadow. Let's just see how that looks like. So if we add a sunlight, for example, and we disable shadows. So here, cast shadows disabled. It makes it really easy to give objects or like scenes some cool edge light. So I'm gonna make the angle bigger, make the strength, increase the strength, and then you can like very easily add very strong edge lights like this. It's not always what works best for your scene, but I think it's always worth giving it a shot and see what you get, because it's very quick and easy to develop styles with this setup. Let's make it like a really strong edge light. 20. I don't think it's working the best for this setup here though right now. It's a bit chaotic, it's not so focused. So I would say actually that was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. Okay, but yeah, what I definitely noticed is that the gun, like its silhouette, is a bit hard to make out. Like when we're here in the close-up. Oh, but I can also see that the destruction, the explosion modifier we have is messing a little bit with the normals. Like not to a degree where it completely destroys the gun, but it is messing it up a little bit. Wait, what happens if we do emerge by distance? No. Cut edges. Okay, that destroys it. No. Okay, no, that doesn't work yet. Okay, I think it's fine. Like the gun doesn't look bad. The modifiers make it a little bit weird, but I think it's still fine. How would it actually look like if we have like a lot of particles? Let's do 2000, like, so every single face is basically displacing. Also interesting. Yeah, honestly I think that works best if you have like all these small parts moving around. What if we do even more? Okay, that's that's maybe a bit too much. It's very laggy now. $2,000. Okay. Yeah, let's play around a little bit more with the lighting. I just want to like have a part of it being displaced already. Yeah, maybe like this. Yeah, I think I'll just keep this for now. What's also pretty cool is that like this force field, you can like have very specific kind of like holes in the model to make it almost look like it's being shot through or something. Past Calva stream is back. We're back on track. So much nostalgia. Oh guys, I have a huge announcement. I'm going back to Worlds 2025 this year. Like I'm going to China to the League of Legends Worlds tournament to do visual effects and 3D animation on that again. So yeah, very, very exciting. I hope, I'm talking with them if I can make like a video like I did last year again about the whole process and like a behind the scenes thing. So hopefully that's gonna work out so I can show you guys some cool behind the scenes stuff again. Okay, yeah, I'll just leave it like this for now and get more into the lighting, which I wanted to do for a few minutes now already, but I got to keep getting distracted. Okay, so text. We got that. Let's try to add some more light sources. Light. Let's make it yellow. Thanks, Zach. Okay, so I'm gonna add a planar area light first. Those are the most useful light sources. I'm just gonna try again to like place it behind the gun to give it a little bit more edge lighting to make the silhouette a little bit more readable. Okay, yeah, this is kind of working already. We're already getting actually something I like to do with the camera view. Let's do Control B and then just draw a box around our viewport, so it only renders what the camera actually sees, because I find it kind of distracting to see all the other stuff that's not actually in the frame. And then also here in viewport display, I like to put the, what is this, passepartout to 0.99. And then it's much easier to judge what's in the frame and how that is looking. Okay, so I think it's a nice contrast to have some edge light on the bottom here, because on the top we already have the text light. Okay. Also a cool way to get some sharper edges is to decrease the spread here. If we put this like way lower, we get usually much sharper edge lighting. Right now it's not revealing so much, so let's increase this a little bit more again. 60 degrees. Ah yeah, now we get some really sharp edges up here, which is really nice, looking pretty cool. Let's try to tint it. Actually, I think it's good to have like a little bit of a white outline to really give it that powerful edge shine. I'm just gonna play around and place some around the scene here. I'm gonna increase the spread from this one a little bit. Oh, actually, 60 degrees. Yeah, like we have a little line down here, which I think is really cool. So to like see the separation between the background and the camera a little bit more. The background and the gun, I mean. Yeah, just very slight. Yeah, maybe it's something like this. Oh, I should rename this. Culver V1. Okay. Let's see, some other times in the scene here. Okay, maybe in the beginning we should have a little bit more. Is this from there? Okay, this little spot here is kind of distracting. So I am going to maybe rotate this around a little bit. Maybe just move it over here. Are we losing it in the other no, that was actually fine. Edit, undo history. I like to put my undo history in my quick favorites, so when I press Q I just have this whole history basically available. Okay, do we still have it here? Not really. Okay, let's just keep it how it was for now and focus on getting some more interesting light here. Yeah. This is kind of cool. Yeah, this looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think these outlines already make the gun look much more defined. Okay, text. Also, an idea I had to like bring in that struggle, the feel of struggle, is to add a thing to the shader of the gun. I'm not sure how easy it is right now, like how this shader is already set up, or like how many shaders are even on the gun. Let's see. Okay, we have one shader. That's perfect. Okay, so everything is one shader. Okay, yeah, perfect. So we can basically, like my idea is to add a little bit of, I guess like a mystic aura to the gun by getting Fresnel. No, that wasn't it. Actually, yeah, let's combine it with a Fresnel. We don't need these two windows here. I don't need a file explorer. Okay, so I'm getting a Fresnel, and if you want to know what a Fresnel is, it's basically the the faces on the edge of a surface. So if I just enable this with Shift Control, if you have Node Wrangler enabled, it shows you what that node does. So it's basically giving you all the outlines. It's almost like a, yeah, like the outline of the gun here. And I want to use this to mix in a glowing mystical effect into it. For that I need maybe a Voronoi texture. Let's see. Scale, Voronoi. Oh, maybe more like a wave texture. Point. Wave, let's see. But I want to distort it. And I think we can do that here. Yeah, distortion. And then let's go with... Do we have like a face? Oh yeah, we have a face here. That is pretty cool. Let's put in hashtag. Oh no, it's not called hashtag. Wait, what's the real name for this symbol again? A pound. Oh, it's called a pound?
I don't know. I usually just say hashtag.
Alright, let's just call it hashtag. So yeah, if you put in a hashtag and then frame, for example, you basically get an automatic driver that puts in the number of the current frame in here. So that's always super useful to get some quick and easy animation. And if we divide it by 20, for example, we have it much slower. But that's actually too slow.
I looked it up. The pound thing is only in America, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. The most formal term is an octothrope, but no one's gonna say that.
Oh, that's such a complicated word. Damn. Yeah, no one's gonna use that. Okay, cool. So yeah, now we've got this cool wave texture that's like flowing across the gun, and we have this Fresnel. I want to combine them to like give the outline of the gun kind of like this shimmering effect. So I'm gonna go and get a mix node here with color mixer and combine these two. And then I'm gonna use here not mix but multiply. So that way, yeah, we get this wavy movement on the outline. Maybe I'm actually gonna make it a little bit softer, like this. Yeah. And then I'm gonna use a color ramp in here to make it a bit more contrasty. Yeah, maybe also a bit bigger. That could be cool. Okay, let's see how that looks like. So if we put this into emission. Wait, it already has an emission, but it doesn't do anything. Where's that coming from? Okay, this is a Valorant shader. I'm not gonna mess too much with this because I don't know it. But let's just add our own emission then. I'm gonna get an emission shader here, and then I'm gonna basically mix it. I should just add it. Adding a shader is always like a cheap way of getting some emission. It's not like the correct way, but I think if you're not going for total photorealism, it is completely valid. So I'm gonna put this into the strength here, and then we can control the color of that emission here. Oh yeah, that is giving it some interesting look. I'm also gonna get another multiply, math multiply, put it in between here. So now we can control the brightness of that stuff. And then we can kind of like, yeah, start to dial in the look. I'm gonna give it more distortion, detail. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, with no detail, it's just like straight lines that I'm moving across the gun. It's also very interesting. Maybe it is a bit too much. I'm not super sure right now. What do you think, RV? Sorry.
I mean, I think it looks a lot cooler. I don't know if it's necessarily too much, but we could always like tone down the effects if we need to.
Yeah, yeah, you can totally like dial it into a look that you like. But yeah, I thought.
I think it helps it pop out more, because that was a problem that I think we were having, is having the gun outline. You know, the rim light helps, and that just doubles it up, I think. That's more.
True, yeah.
And it makes it look more interesting than just a still gun.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll leave it in here for you to experiment with, to like see what you want to keep or what you want to change about it. But yeah, just giving it a little bit of life and mystery, which I think is cool for the topic that you are trying to tell with this, to like the struggle of becoming an esports pro, like giving it like a mystic vibe, like that, having the gun like is being assembled or disassembled. Yeah. Is there any like any other kind of like visual ideas around that we could add? I think also like depth of field, like if you work a lot with defocus, I think also adds to the idea of like struggling to perform, because like, yeah, like the sharpening your senses is something that's part of the journey, right? Like, so not being like fully focused is, I think, also a cool visual representation of that struggle. So maybe like if we pull down the f-stop a lot, it could be cool. 1.2 maybe. Yeah, since the text is so bold, it's gonna be readable anyways, like even if it's not fully in frame. Yeah, it's just important to like have the focus at a position where it makes sense, or else it could get kind of disorientating. Okay, I'm gonna change the focus point a little bit here. I wouldn't overdo it with the defocus. This can be kind of jarring when things are all out of focus. Okay, coming in here, showing the assembly a little bit, then the text flickering out on. Okay, it does have a interesting visual style now, which could be added upon. Yeah. Yeah. Avi, is this something you want to take and experiment with yourself?
Oh yes, this is very. It has a lot more like body and theme to say before. I would definitely like to pursue it.
Nice. Okay. Okay. I have actually like an idea for the text also right now to like make it a little bit more detailed. Maybe. Let's see. Because I'm thinking how it would look like if the inside was a little bit darker than the outside, to give it a bit more three-dimensionality. And right now, okay, I see you're animating the alpha value. So let us try, maybe ambient occlusion could give us that information that I'm looking for. Oh, yo, Geisterhose, what's up? Will you be working on the World Cinematic this year too? Yes, yes. I've got the confirmation a few days ago that I am going to China to work on the teasers, on the hype teasers and the content there. So yeah, very, very excited for that. Okay, let's use only local, so it's only using its own geometry, and then use a color ramp to clamp down the data. Okay, this is not giving me exactly what I wanted. I think it's actually a different one. I think if we go for geometry, Geometry, not input. Pointiness, I'm basically looking for pointiness. Oh, here it is. Pointiness, let's see. And we put the color ramp in there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it's much more noisy than I thought. It's kind of giving me what I want, but in a very noisy, way. So it is geometry. Maybe there's a way to clean it up a little bit with decimate, planar. Okay, so yeah, this is cleaning it up, but it's still not really that nice. Flat, no. Okay, so pointiness is giving me what I want, but in a very messy way. Is there another way to get this? Let me try with...
I think, is it referencing the topology of the text? Because I know when I tried to turn it into a mesh, it had some pretty disgusting topology.
Oh, really? Okay, wait, let's look at the topology one for a second here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Yeah. What can we do about that? I mean, it's not, if you're just rendering a text as a text, it's fine, but yeah, if you want to like make more out of it, it's a bit annoying to have like bad topology like that. But I'm gonna try a few more shader nodes here. Maybe there's something that would work with this. Let's input layer weight. I think layer weight also gave us something similar. Facing. Let's see. Not really for now. Not really. Yeah, the pointiness is, I think, what I usually would use for this, but it is pretty noisy. Oh, bevel. Maybe we could use the bevel for that. Yeah, I mean, this is looking like it is getting the edges pretty accurately, but I'm not sure how to get this information as just a black and white mask. I mean, maybe if we just put this color ramp in between, let's see what happens. Kind of. I mean, honestly, we could use this to just add a little bit of extra detail to the text. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like extra detail. So yeah, let's just try using it. Okay, so I'm gonna use this here, and then in the mission, it's also animated. So usually, okay, this is interesting. You're animating alpha and the strength, which is, I think, not really necessary to animate both of them. You could have just either of them active. I'm just gonna try to override the strength here. Let's see, strength, and give us a multiply math node to control the strength of it. Okay. Yeah, and it is giving us a little bit more detail on the text, which I personally like. I'm not sure if you want to go in this direction, but I kind of like having a little bit of detail on a 3D text here. It is looking pretty interesting to me. Maybe we could even put this into the color. Let's try that out. So if we put this in the normal and we copy this green here, and then we put this in here, we could have it like multicolor, which could be a bit too much, but could also be interesting. Yeah, honestly, I think it's gonna be a bit much, but cool experiment. It looks kind of interesting. It almost looks like this chromatic metal. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but this like metal that has almost like rainbow colors. Yeah, I'm just playing around a little bit here, just testing out different looks. Might be too much, too colorful for what you're going for, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this for now. Avi, do you think you like the multicolor text, or should I just disable that for now?
I think a big thing we're doing is leaning into the green, so it might be better to just have like either a green gradient or just more solid green.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if it's just green, it definitely looks much more stylish. Having this like slight inconsistency or like change in the strength here with like having, yeah, right, like it gives it a bit more depth.
It makes it more three-dimensional, which is what I'm seeing on just like text.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna keep this activated then, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got some interesting stuff going on now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll give this back to you, and you can keep experimenting and let me know how it's going, and we can go from there.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's look at the next submission. Strax sent me something. Prime sent me something. Prime, for your submission, I can't access the Google Drive, so if you can give me access to that, I would appreciate it. Okay. Let's see what Strax is doing here. I'm gonna open up one of his project files. He says, sending my 2 files that we went over over a week ago. Mainly need some work on compositing itself before I start adding light. Okay. All right. Let's see what you did. Oh, yo, Peyton, you're also here. What's up, man? Peyton. Oh, Strax project files takes quite a while to open. Let me actually switch to my camera view in the meantime. Talk mode. Talking mode. I hear you and Dylan are in China soon. Very exciting. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're going. We're finally on a project together again in person. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy to do that project with Dylan again together. Okay, his project file loaded. Let's go back to my desktop scene. Okay, so we have this cool shot here. Okay, close up of this epic statue. 2 close-ups. Okay, so what do you have here? Do you have lighting on this already? Okay, no lighting. Wait, so what are you... I'm not sure what you're looking for, Strax, here. How can I help you with this? Let me look at his submission again. Sending my 2 files. Mainly need some work on composition itself before I start adding next. Composition. Okay, so like framing of the shot. This shot, it looks pretty cool, I think. This is very nice. This one feels a little awkward. Think of his, like how the face is distorted in the image. Yeah. This shot I like. It feels very, very big. It feels very impressive. But this one feels a little a little awkward to me. Let's experiment with some other camera angles. Just gonna duplicate this camera here and bind it to this marker here with Control B and delete the keyframes. Okay, now, you've got to look at constraints, so it's always looking at the character here. Let's just work with that for now. Okay, so we start on a close-up, and then maybe just a push-out could be cool to reveal more. Oh, where does the rotation come from? Oh, from the target. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep it for now. Okay, so we are orbiting in this direction. Cool shot. Then, yeah, his facial expression just kind of makes it feel strange to me. Oh, from the top it's better. Yeah, from the top it's better. But maybe actually we can also just fix his facial expression a little bit. Let me try that. With shape keys. So let's add a base shape key. Oh, this takes a long time probably because the mesh is super high detail. It takes a long time to create a mesh, to create a shape key. My God, that's ridiculous. It's taking so long. I never had to wait for a shape key to be created. But it's interesting with Strax, he often works with like extremely high detailed models. That's like kind of like his style, I guess. making performance tank. We got our base shape key. Okay, I hope adding another one won't take the same amount of time. Oh, it does. Damn it. Alright, so how is everyone doing so far? Anything exciting you're working on? Anything that you are looking into, like some new tools, some new techniques? I personally have been starting to. I mean, I've always used a lot of like offline AI tools, but specifically recently I've started to like try to like get all of my workflows working offline, which included also some AI tools like ChatGPT. I've never used it much, but I have a very cool offline ChatGPT program now, which is called Jan, just like Jan. It's really cool. I can really recommend it. You can just, inside of the app, you can just download all kinds of chat AI models, and they all run on your computer. They basically work like ChatGPT, but locally, like no sharing of data on the internet, and you always have access to it, you always own it, so it's very cool. Give it a shot. Okay. Oh my God, I don't think we can work with this model with the shape keys. I just want to change this value and it's taking the same amount of time. Oh. Okay, no, I don't think shape keys are a solution here. I mean, the problem is, Strax, that I feel like it's hard to frame this character without him looking a little bit derpy and awkward. So I think fixing the mouth to like be a bit more closed would be very helpful, but it's taking so long to change anything about this model. I am thinking of trying to separate the mesh from the head from the rest, so I'm gonna try that instead of adding the shape key to the whole mesh. I'm gonna try to separate the face mesh so we can work more efficiently. But I gotta wait a moment again. Pocock also says, new image model from Qwen, which can run locally, and it's one of the best new models. Oh nice, Qwen, I haven't heard of Qwen yet. I've just started using Flux inside of Krita today, which is also a really nice model, but I've not heard of Qwen yet. Let me look at Qwen AI model. Okay, so Qwen is chat model, but they also have a image model, you're saying? Qwen, you can download it. Qwen AI model image. Qwen AI image. Multi-image support. Qwen. Okay, so is Qwen like an open source model, or... Oh no, these are apps to interact with it. Platforms, chat. So I guess Qwen is not... Wait, you can run it locally? Let me check the video you sent.
A few weeks ago, I tweeted that there will be at least one open source image editor that's as good as Nano Banana. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment is finally here. So Alibaba just released Qwen Image Edit 2509, which stands for September of 2025. This is their best and latest image editor, and from my initial tests, it's as good or even better than Nano Banana. So in this video, I'm gonna go over all the cool things it can do, plus its limitations.
Okay. Image support. Qwen Chat. Okay, so you can access it through Qwen Chat. So is it just part of Qwen Chat? Huh. I need to look more into this, but I'm going to show you a little demonstration of what I like, the Flux model inside of Krita, because it's also really cool. Because it basically also has something like this where you can just, let me open something up that I've been playing around with earlier. Okay, so it's this here. It's made by Alibaba, but can be run locally. The video is mostly a lot of comparisons with other current fronting models, and at the end briefly talks about how it can be set up locally. It's also built into Qwen Chat, but I couldn't get an account working properly myself. Okay, all right, interesting. It's very cool that they do, that they do all release their AI research publicly as open source stuff. I really appreciate that. Okay, so something I played around with today is Flux Context, which basically lets you edit images by just describing what you want to edit. So for example, remove the eye mask of the girl, have her look happy and chill. Add dogs in the background playing frisbee, something else, and change the weather to a moody moonlit scene. Okay, so these are a lot of requests. Let's see what it does. This model is taking a little bit longer to like do your edits, but yeah, it is very, very cool to see. Like in my tests so far, it has been really consistent and really good. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, okay, so this has loaded, so now I can undo everything that I've done again. Yeah, basically, yeah, let me just reload this and then try my separation of the face from the rest of the mesh, so we can edit it much easier. This is being calculated. And this is also a full HD image, so like lower resolution will work much faster. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, that is a lot of changes. And the dogs in the background, I mean, it doesn't really fit all together. It feels like a cheap Photoshop right now. So I'm excited to see that in the other versions. But it did most of what I asked. Just doesn't look like the dogs are actually playing Frisbee. Let's see if we can remove or like separate the face. Ooh, my PC is pretty laggy while the image thing is doing its thing. Okay, let's actually cancel all the cute ones and just finish the one that's actually still going. Okay. Maybe the moonlight scene change was a bit too much. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's try this first. Alright, so going into edit mode here, which can also again take a moment. Oh yeah, Comfy. This is Comfy UI, right? Node-based offline editor for image and video gen. Also not yet used myself. A friend of mine does a lot with Comfy UI. And yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Like you can basically get a workflow for anything that you want with that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I've heard it's like not really that comfy. It's not that comfortable to use. It's not the best like design-wise, but yeah, it does its job. Okay, so yeah, let's separate this mesh with P, selection. And now we should be able to add those shape keys much easier. Okay, out of edit mode. Hello. Oh, everything takes so long here. Okay, wait, I want to change the weather. Yeah, and then I'm also going to reduce the resolution so we can see the results a bit faster. Let's change new. So let's do 1080, just HD. Yes, and then I'm gonna generate and edit again. Yeah, this is much faster. Hast du gerade Hades installiert?
Nee, ich lade gerade auf.
Ah.
Aber ich brauche gleich
Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's very nice dogs. I mean, it replaced the whole background. Like, we don't have our original background at all anymore, which is kind of sad. Like, I wish I just had added those dogs instead of replacing the whole background, but it's fine. Oh, here we go. I mean, what the dogs are doing isn't really playing frisbee, but at least it kept the background. We have one dog and a ball. Alright, yeah, but I think in general this model is really good in doing the edits. Yeah. But usually I would do like one step at a time to like make sure that the change you get is the correct one. Ooh, this is interesting. It kept the background, but it kind of like zoomed it out, right? Like we still have the same structures here, but it just made more space for the dogs. Yeah, it just kind of like zoomed out the whole image. Yeah, so in general, I think pretty really good model. Let's wait. Let's see if we can change the girl. Or that actually like put the girl into a club in Berlin. Let's see if it will like be character consistent and stuff like that. Okay, how's Blender going? Okay, so yeah, this is its own model now. And now let's add those shape keys again. Hopefully it's gonna be much faster. Oh, much faster. Okay, cool. So now we can actually do our edits here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the cute ones. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's very consistent, but the lighting doesn't fit at all. She doesn't fit in here at all. This is a very bad Photoshop job. Okay, so pretty bad results so far. Okay, so let's try closing the mouth a little bit. Let's make it proportional editing and just connect it only. And then I'm gonna try to make his face a little less derpy by closing his mouth. I'm not sure how well I'll be able to do this. I think just a little bit should help. I've disabled the interface to make sure that I see the result. It's also a little like sad. Maybe if we just make it a bit more neutral, like not happy, but just a little less sad, it will also feel a bit better. Maybe it's like like that the top lip is like standing out so much. That's a little strange to me. Yeah, the lips in general just feel a little strange. I'm not sure if I'm making it better or worse. Oh, that actually kind of like helped. It doesn't look fully natural. I think I like it a little bit better than how it was. But it doesn't look super natural. Right, let's see before, after. Off, on. Okay, so I think I overdid it a little bit, so let's do like 0.9. That's the cool thing about shape keys, like you can also do something in between of your change and the original. Yeah, I think it feels a little bit better with this mouth closed a little bit like this. Yeah, especially like from below, like if you look at this, if you look at him from, wait, actually let's look at the shot we have. Okay, so this is with the changes we made, and this is the original. I think the changes do look a little better, like it looks less derpy in my opinion. And if we put them fully, it's a bit too much. 0.8. Yeah, I think this is an improvement. Statue 5, I'll call this Kelvin V1. Okay, now that we have a bit more serious looking face, I think also finding a better camera angle is easier. Yeah, I'm not sure, like the second camera angle you have, it just doesn't feel so impressive to me. So let's try a different one. So, okay, I'm gonna duplicate this camera again, put a marker here for it, delete the keyframes we had, and then, okay, let's see. I mean, having like a shot from below is pretty cool in general to like give the statue scale. And I'm actually going to disable the track 2 constraint just so we are a bit more free on how we're looking at it. Oh, that could be cool to have this. Oh yeah, this is a pretty cool shot. But it could also be a bit much to like jump from one side of the character to the other. And I feel like also you want to reveal their face a little bit more. Okay, so maybe let's not do a full jump to the other side yet. Oh wait, oh this actually looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think with this new face, like this perspective of him looking up, feels pretty cool. Let's try that. Okay, let's make a keyframe here. Then let's pull back and down a little bit. Okay, this feels a little bit awkward again. We should continue the movement to the left, like you had in the shot before, the previous shot. Okay, let's just see how this looks. Okay. It's not bad. It feels a little off. Well, let's enable the track 2 constraint again. What are they tracking to? Track 2. Track 2. Okay. Yeah, I think it feels cool. This feels cool. I think this shot could reveal a little bit more of his face. To get the transition a bit cleaner. Let's see. Like the end of it could be here maybe. Feels a little off the way it's like jumping down. How like the next shot is kind of like from the bottom. Let's see if we pull it up a little bit like this. Does that feel better? Vroom, vroom. Yeah. Yeah, Strax, this feels pretty good to me. Yeah, this feels pretty good to me. I would give it to you, give it back to you like this, and you can see how you want to use it. Let's open up the other shot. You sent 2 shots. Saving, okay, finished saving. Let's open it up. I just saved. No, it's fine. I just saved it. No need to save again. While it's loading that, we're gonna try. Oh no, we already did that and it didn't work out. Alright, let's say. Make this girl a Superwoman poster, but with and yeah, just Superwoman poster. I want to see if it keeps the eye mask. Poster. Oh wait, poster promoting healthy sleep practices. Because she has an eye mask, so this could be like Superwoman promoting, yeah, healthy sleeping habits. Let's see. Superwoman. What the fuck? This is the laziest edit. Just putting some red impact text in front of it. What the hell? Woman. Prelitiscence. What the fuck? Is a poster just text? Like. And like, how is, like, it didn't change her at all. Like, she is already a Superwoman, so need to change. Oh, here we go. Superwoman, healthy sleep practices. Oh, this actually looks like a YouTube thumbnail. Okay, I like what it did with her though, like keeping her whole head and mask and just giving her a Superwoman body. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is actually really, really fun. Super with healthy Artemis Trolls Novaktiritikum. And this weird stuff down here. I'm gonna actually send this to my friend who's in this picture. This is really funny. Okay, Blender should be loaded now. Ignore. Okay. Oh, these are a few shots. Nice. Let's see. Okay, pulling out. Very nice. Okay, so jumping back. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the multiple jumps, especially the one where the main character is already like in the middle of the frame. I think like having the character come like over the shoulder into the frame slowly would be much more interesting. And also like the scale doesn't fully come across. Like this character is actually tiny and this one is huge, but it doesn't feel like that in this shot. So I would like to try to add another camera to see how we could sell the size difference. Yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna just duplicate this camera here, delete the keyframes, and make this my active camera, starting with this. Okay, let's play around a little bit. Maybe we need a wider focal length. Clip start. Oh, he's also not on the floor, he's kind of like floating in the air. Maybe that's also why it feels a bit disconnected. And maybe also because we don't have any elements between us and the figure. Let me try a few things. I'm gonna move both of these down onto the level of the statue. What's up?
It's so gorgeous, so impactful,
Gorgios.
so
Okay, so now I already feel like the statue is much bigger because we actually need to look up to it like this. Oh, yeah, this already feels like a bigger statue now. And then we can also like place the camera so the character looks very small. Oh, look at this. This already feels like much more impressive. Yes, yes.
dangerous, it's heroic.
Yes, very much. Okay, and then also something that could help is to have like an array of repeating objects that kind of like tell us, give us a sense of scale or like distance. So I'm just gonna add a pillar like this, just a simple one, just to test it out. I'm gonna give it an array. Kilua, what's up? Long time no hear. True, man. It's been a while. Wait, why is this such a weird shape? Oh, because of the array, I see. Constant object offset in this direction, please. Okay, not so many. And a little bit more distance between them. Yes. Okay, then we have these here, and we can place them to the left and to the right. And I'm gonna just duplicate these on both sides. It's kind of like, and then when we move, we have like immediately a much better sense of scale. Let's see. I think you need to maybe rethink the beginning shots, but I think this like a setup similar to this is gonna be much more impactful. Okay, let's see. Yeah, look at this. I mean, this feels, scaling-wise, this feels this statue feels huge now. Yeah, I think we can make the animation a little bit slower. I'm just gonna scale it up. Yeah. Yeah, this feels pretty huge now. How are you doing? How's life going? And what are you working on at the moment, project-wise? Thanks for being so interested, Eric. Life is going in all crazy directions right now. Life is changing, man. It's exciting, but also, yeah, it takes a lot of energy when a lot of things are changing. So I'm trying to, I don't know, do my best to preserve my energy, or to like be able to focus on what I need to focus on to not be left behind by life. I guess that's how I feel right now, at least. And project-wise, I just finished the Adult Swim job with Mike. We did like a really cool episode for Off the Air. That was finished yesterday, so it's probably gonna come out pretty soon, I hope. But yeah, I'll share it in the server when it comes out. I'm very excited to watch it or show it to you guys. And right now I am working, like my next project is like just a small video for Blindenhilfswerk in Berlin. It's like a organization for helping blind people, and it's very fun and rewarding to work together with them. Okay, so yeah, Strax, I think this is my idea for you, Calva V1, to end with a shot like this, and I would leave it up to you to figure out how to get into this shot. I think that's a fun challenge for you to try to solve. Just as a opinion on my side, I don't think this like jumping between the cameras works really well. I personally can imagine like having like a long camera. Okay, you know what? Let's just give it a shot. Let's just quickly try it. Oh no, I'm not gonna try it. I'll have you do it. I don't want to do everything for you. Okay, but my idea to have like a long camera move starting from a position like this, pulling out all the way to this one and ending it like in a very slow, somewhat like this. Could be pretty cool. Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, I'll send this project file back to you, and I hope you had some inspirations through this. Eric says in a good way, changing in every direction, or in a bad way. I hope in a good way. I mean, that's why I'm saying like I want to preserve my energy for keeping up with everything, because if I feel like when you don't have the energy to keep up with change, then it can get bad. But if you have the energy to keep up with change and work with change, then it's a good thing. Pocock says, excited for the new Off the Air episode. I'll keep an eye out. Very cool. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very crazy, very sick. All right, everyone. I think that's it for today. But let me check again if Prime gave me access to the download. No, he didn't yet. Okay, so maybe next time then, Prime. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. I will see you, soon again. I mean, usually I do these streams now whenever there's a new submission from a student. So yeah, just keep submitting and I will do a stream at some point again. Wait, do I have my full webcam view here? Oh, it's not full webcam. Okay, that's very disappointing. All right.